Okay, now I could have sworn Ian Watkins just died about 2 weeks ago. So, of course, after Ian Watkins dies, some other freak has to come and take his place. Trans-identified male. Now, I am really happy that they're actually telling you the guy's real biological gender rather than what he wants you to call him. But you can't help but still point out that even though this is good, you can't help but point the fuck out that if it was a biological female who identified as male, they would probably still use her preferred pronouns, and they're only really doing this because he's a guy. So, yeah, it's a good thing, but you know the reason why they're doing it is not genuine. Anyway, a trans-identified male convicted of sexually assaulting his own 5-year-old daughter is currently being held in a woman's prison in Australia. Well, of course he is. Fuck off. Autumn Tulip Harper, Charlie Harper, who was anonymized in court records as Hillary Maloney, was sentenced to just 4 fucking years for creating horrific child sexual abuse material of his own child and distributing it to a pedophile lover. Was the guy a lover of Ian Watkins? Are you a lover of Ian Watkins? Why the fuck did Ian Watkins just die and now we have another one? Harper, 25, was first identified as a suspect in the production of vile child sexual abuse content after an American pedophile he had been communicating with was arrested in September of 2023. Okay. A forensic examination of the pedophile's devices found that Harper had sent him pornographic images and videos of a young girl via Discord. After identifying Harper as the owner of the account the content had originated from, police in the United States notified the Australian authorities. How delightful. They raided his home and found that on his cell phone they found 77 files categorized as child abuse material between May and June of 2023. The female child in the material was identified as Harper's own 5-year-old daughter. What the fuck? Okay, now this is pretty fucking awesome. First of all, Harper pleaded guilty, so that's good. But then a random person on Facebook, I guess, hacked him, changing the banner to read "I'm a pedo" and providing updates on Harper's case through his account. That is fucking amazing. Kudos to the hacker. Wow. The post and account were deleted shortly before the sentence was delivered. Look at this. I plead guilty to creating and distributing child abuse material. Will be sentenced very soon. Lovely. Harper had been in an online BDSM relationship with the American pedophile who encouraged him to sexually abuse his daughter for his own sexual gratification. Okay, I don't know which one, but one of these fuckers was definitely an Ian Watkins fan. He sent the other men images of his daughter, including of her naked, in the shower, and of him sexually posing with her. The court also details there were several videos of Harper kissing the child's labia. I'm gonna fucking puke. Her naked butt and licking her anal region. Oh my god, in one of these videos, Harper is heard asking the girl if she likes it, to which the child clearly responds, no. Okay. From an analysis of the video and photo evidence, police determined that Harper had directly sexually abused the girl on at least 19 separate occasions in the course of just 1 month. The sexual abuse media was then sent to the American pedophile, who Harper referred to as his master. The man would then heap praise upon Harper, telling him how impressed and aroused he was by him, and calling him a good girl. And this is where it gets even better. You ready for this one? During the trial, this psychiatrist, who can go fuck himself, was called upon to interview Harper and create a profile of his offending. Disturbingly, the fucking piece of shit psychiatrist framed Harper as though he were a female, who had been pressured by a male into committing these offenses. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck you. I hope a portal to hell opens up and swallows you down, and you get to live with Ian Watkins. The psychiatrist is honestly just as fucking guilty as these two. Holy shit. You are a gigantic fucking piece of shit. Wow. So what contributed to his leniency is that you allowed him to just be a female who was pressured by a male. You are a gigantic fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Oh, it gets even worse. The psychiatrist also told the cult that Harper would not need any specific interventions to prevent further sexual offending just because he identified as female, and dismissed the need for sex offender treatment because he identified as female. Oh my god! Oh my god! He also denied that Harper had a paraphilic disorder. And argued that Harper had no sexual attraction to children. What the fuck? Like, I acknowledge that it was the fucking other guy who, like, told him to do it. But there's no way in hell he would have actually agreed to doing it unless he enjoyed it in some way or another. This is fucked. Or at the very least, you could say that he should be in jail because he was easily manipulated into doing what the pedo in jail wanted. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. He highlighted Harper's gender dysphoria and experiences with transphobia as mitigating factors. Of course. Of course you did. Let's just take any tiny ass factors, even ones that barely exist, to make things easier for the guy who abused his daughter. Cool. And appeared to accept the defense's argument that he only committed the abuse to be validated as a woman and a sexual person. Holy shit! I don't know how much more I can read. I actually don't know how much more I can read of this. This is fucking insane. This is, like, even for almost 2026 standards, this is fucking unbelievable. Both Harper's arrest and trial were completed in relative silence, with no police release or domestic media indicating the incident had occurred. Yeah, you know what? I actually agree, because when I was searching for this article to make this video, there were only 2 sources left. There were other sources like a few days ago, but they've all been wiped. Anything to protect a supposed trans person. This is fucking unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. Now they've learned that Harper has been housed in a woman's facility in Victoria on the basis of his self-declared gender identity. Every sentence, every fucking sentence is making me more angry. Now the man who abused his 5-year-old daughter is now being in a women's facility with biological women. This is fucking insane. This actually reminds me of a video I made back in 2018. Do you all remember this video? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I made this, when the fuck did I make this video? I made it November 7th. Oh, it's almost November now. I made this video November 7th, 2018, and it was about this video was about a fucking biological male who identified as female. He was a rapist. He was thrown in a women's jail because he identified as female, and he raped the female inmates as a result of it. Let me get his name because I don't remember. Hang on a second. Okay, this is the article I was talking about in that old video. Karen White, whose actual name was Stephen Wood, I think. Yeah, 52, he sexually assaulted women in a female prison and raping 2 other women outside of jail. So, this story is very similar to that one, which is fucking awesome. He's being held at the Dame Phyllis Frost Correction, okay, I don't care, which has previously attracted controversy for housing transgender sex offenders amongst the female inmates. Cool, I wonder if it's the same one that fucking this freak went into. Would you be surprised? And now it's talking about other cases that have happened here in 2022. The women there told about another transgender male offender who was moved to this place on July 5th. Uh, while the identity of the transferred inmate was not released, the details from the criminal's background mirror of those of Lisa Jones and trans-identified male who had been sentenced to 3 years and 3 months. Another short sentence just because they identify as female. Fucking amazing. It's almost like identifying as female is like a cheat code to get out of jail early. Now, we all know that being a female is a cheat code to life. But now you can just, well, not now, it's been like 10 years. You can call yourself a female and it still counts as a cheat code. Man, it's like using a cheat code on the PS2 compared to the PS4. Holy fuck. Another person, Jones, who was 44 at the time, had stalked a woman as she was walking home on Lenox Street in Richmond before grabbing her and attempting to rape her. While pinning her down, Jones repeated, "Why won't you lay down and have sex with me?" Holy God, I can't take any more of this. Okay, and this is details about that woman he raped. I'm just gonna pass by this because I can't take any more. Okay, we are fucking moving on to a little bit of an updated article that just came out a couple weeks ago. Oh, this actually happened before Ian Watkins died, but I really don't care. At this point, my brain is now mush, and this video is gonna feel a little bit messy now because I just don't care anymore. But there's a small update. The trans pedophile could be booted out of the woman's jail he was just put in because the minister announced a policy update in Victoria, in Australia, somewhere in Australia. An evil trans dad who abused his own daughter for the sexual gratification. Autumn Tula Harper, 26, was sentenced to a minimum of 2 years. Of course, before it was 4 years. What the fuck happened? And 6 months in prison after being snared by police in the global bust of a pedophile ring. Harper was sentenced earlier this month to 4 years and 9 months in jail. That's the one there. With a non-parole period of 2 years and 6 months. Okay, there we go. For crimes involving the sexual abuse of his 5-year-old daughter. The length and conditions of the sentence caused an outcry. Gee, I wonder why. With women's rights groups protesting against it. No, not just women's rights. This is anybody with a fucking brain. Don't just say it's women's rights who fucking wants this done. Against the prisoner's placement at the female-only center. Victorian Premier Jacinda, nobody cares about her. Okay, saying it would be deeply inappropriate for the Premier or any minister to be reaching into Corrections Victoria and directing the placement of any prisoner. But on Wednesday, the government position had changed. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why it took them this fucking long. Victorian Corrections Enver, conceded under questioning from Libertarian MP, to review the policies. Oh, gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. Like, you should have done this a while ago. I can confirm I have been correct. I have asked Corrections Victoria to update their policies. Let's just update it. To ensure that the safety and well-being of the wider women's prison population is a stronger consideration in placements. So, rare sense. The new policy would take into account the nature of past offendings, and the minister said that could be in place in weeks, not months or years. Or, you know what you could do? You could say he's a biological male and just fucking leave it at that. I know. What a wild concept. Also, this is him as a man, and this is him as a girl. Nice fucking gummy bear dress, you freak. Good lord. We know that it's not unusual for many women that enter our facilities to have histories as victims of sexual violence and other forms of violence, yet you still let in a biological male who was a predator. I do expect Corrections Victoria to make these decisions very carefully. But as I said previously, I will not be interfering in that decision. Liberal MP, okay. Anyway, they're talking about changing the fucking decision, which is great. Anyway, the story's fucked. And, of course, the law is fucked for allowing transgender rapists and pedophiles to go into a women's jail just because they call themselves women. And, of course, no action's taken until it's already happened, like 3, 4, 5, 6... well, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I personally know about. I'm sure there are actually hundreds of cases of this happening. But, yeah. Wow. Okay. Disgusting. I'm done. Bye.